The mountain passage seemed to breathe, the stone walls undulating faintly in Rhys's peripheral vision. The lullaby, once a comforting guide, now pulsed with an insistent rhythm, a counterpoint to the silence emanating from Vogel. It was a terrifying silence, heavier than any psychic assault. Rhys pressed on, the iridescent feather clutched tight in his hand, its cool surface a small anchor in the storm of his thoughts. He hadn't expected empathy. He's expected resistance, pain, another wave of the crushing despair Vogel seemed so eager to inflict. With the sudden cessation of the attack it felt like a hell breath, a poised strike. Vogel hadn't retreated, he's observing, analyzing. Rhys risked a glance back. The passage behind him remained shrouded in shadow, offering no visible trace of his adversary, but the feeling of being watched was palpable, a suffocating pressure on his mind. He reached a junction. 3 passages diverged, each twisting into the mountain's innards. The lullaby fragmented, scattering its melody into discordant whispers. The feather pulsed, a faint shimmer guiding Rhys down the central passage, a narrow tunnel barely wide enough for his shoulders. "He's testing me," Rhys muttered, his voice echoing strangely in the confined space, "trying to gauge my next move." The tunnel descended sharply, the air growing thick and heavy with a strange, earthy scent. Rhys stumbled, catching himself on the rough-hewn walls. He realized with a jolt that the passage wasn't just sloping downwards, it was spiraling, twisting around itself like a serpent's coil. He reached another chamber, smaller than the last, its walls slick with moisture. A single, tarnished brass lantern hung from the ceiling, casting anemic light across a curious arrangement of stones. In the center of the chamber, etched into the floor, was a complex geometric pattern, radiating outward like a spider's web. As Rhys stepped into the chamber, the lullaby coalesced, its melody resolving into a clearer, more resonant tone. The feather glowed, its iridescence intensifying, illuminating the chamber with an otherworldly light. He knelt, examining the geometric pattern on the floor. It resonated with an unfamiliar energy, a feeling of ancient power. As he traced the lines with his fingers, a vision flooded his mind. He saw Veridium, not the fading, fragmented memory from the pool, but the vibrant, teeming world of colossal trees, cascading waterfalls, and luminous flora. He saw creatures he couldn't name, their forms shifting and shimmering in the dappled sunlight. It was a paradise untouched by the corruption that had blighted the rest of the world. Then, the vision shifted. He saw cataclysm, a searing wave of energy ripping through the landscape, shattering the trees, poisoning the waters, extinguishing the light. He saw Vogel, younger, surrounded by others who looked like him, chanting in a language he didn't understand. The vision ended abruptly, leaving Rhys reeling, his mind struggling to process what he had witnessed. "He wants me to see this," Rhys realized, his voice trembling. "He wants me to understand the source of his pain." He looked up, scanning the chamber, searching for a sign of Vogel, but he was alone. Suddenly, a voice echoed in his mind, cold and distant. Asterisk, "You see now, do you not? You see what I have lost." Asterisk. Rhys clenched his fists. "What happened, Vogel? What destroyed Veridium?" Asterisk, "They took it from me." Asterisk, the voice whispered, laced with a profound sorrow. Asterisk, "They coveted its power. They sought to control its magic." Asterisk. Who did this?" Asterisk, "My people." Asterisk, Vogel replied, his voice tinged with bitterness. Asterisk, "My own kin. They twisted the depths of Veridium to their own ends. They corrupted its essence." Asterisk. Rhys felt a wave of sympathy wash over him. He could feel Vogel's grief, his rage, his sense of betrayal. It was a powerful, visceral emotion that threatened to overwhelm him. "And you blamed Veridium," Rhys said softly. "You blamed the mountain." Asterisk, "It was the only way to contain the corruption." Asterisk, Vogel said, his voice hardening. Asterisk, "To prevent it from spreading further." Asterisk. "But you destroyed it," Rhys said. "You condemned an entire world to oblivion." Asterisk, "I did what I had to do." Asterisk, Vogel said. Asterisk, "For the greater good." Asterisk. "And at what cost?" Rhys asked. "What good is a world saved from corruption if it's also devoid of life?" Vogel didn't respond. The silence stretched, thick and suffocating. Then a new voice echoed in Rhys's mind, faint and hesitant. Asterisk, "There is another way." Asterisk. Rhys strained to hear. "Who's there?" Asterisk, "The heart." Asterisk, the voice whispered. Asterisk, "It remembers. It can heal." Asterisk. "The heart. What is the heart?" Asterisk, "It is the source of Veridium's power, the key to its restoration, but it is hidden, protected." Asterisk. "How do I find it?" The voice faded. Asterisk, "Follow the lullaby. It will guide you, but be warned the path is fraught with peril." Asterisk. Rhys stood, his gaze sweeping across the chamber. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a flicker of hope in the encroaching darkness. He knew that his journey was far from over. He knew that Vogel would be waiting, ready to unleash his fury. But he also knew that he had a chance, a slim possibility, to heal the wounds of the mountain and perhaps, just perhaps, to restore Veridium to its former glory. He began to walk, following the faint melody of the lullaby deeper into the heart of the mountain towards a destiny he couldn't yet comprehend. He hoped Amelia was safe.